Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the last uninformed search algorithm, that is bidirectional search algorithm. Here in this algorithm we are going to take one example based on which we will study this bidirectional search algorithm. Before going into it, let us take a recap of what we covered in the last lecture. In the last lecture we discussed two algorithms: uniform cost search and iterative deepening depth first search. In uniform cost search, what you have to remember: in uniform cost search, before expanding any node, the algorithm finds out or checks the path cost for each possible route towards the goal node from root node. That means it calculates, for example, this is a start node, initial node or root node, and this is a goal node, and in between in order to reach the goal node, suppose there are 3 paths or 4 paths like this. Then before expanding the particular node, the path cost of each of these route or each of these path, cost of each of these path to reach the destination, to reach the goal is calculated, and based on that only it will expand the nodes. This is the objective, or this is the strategy of uniform cost search algorithm. For example, in this we have seen that here, for example, this is a search tree for any particular problem. In this problem you find that search tree tells you that there are 2 successors to A node. Which are those 2 successors? B and C. The cost to reach node B from A is 1, and cost to reach node C from node A is 5. Okay, and 0 is what? It is the cost of reaching node A from node A. That's why it is a 0. So out of these 2 path cost, 1 is less than 5. That's why A will expand in this direction towards B. After this, once it reaches B, there are 2 nodes, okay, 2 successor nodes to this B. Okay, the cost to reach D from B is 5, and this 3 is nothing but cost to reach node E from node B. So out of these 2 path cost, 3 is less as compared to 5. That's why B is expanded, node B is expanded towards E, in the E direction. Okay, and after E there is only one successor, so therefore it will be expanded towards F, and F is our goal node. Okay, so the total path traversed along the search tree is A to B, B to E, E to F. So the total cost is 0 plus 1, 1 plus 3, 3 plus 4. So this is the total cost 8. And if you check, so this way the solution is obtained with the help of uniform cost search. And if you cross check what is the cost to reach the goal node via this path, if you calculate 0 plus 1, 1, it is 1, 1 plus 5, it is 6, 6 plus 7, it is 13. So 13 is greater than 8. So that's why, as compared to this path, the ABEF path is best. ABEF path is best. Similarly, if the goal node can also be achieved through this path, if it is so, and if you calculate the path cost of this route, then you will find 0 plus 5, 5, 5 plus 4, it is 9. So it is again greater than 8. That's why the path traversed with the help of uniform cost search is optimal as compared to rest of the 2 paths. So this is the idea behind uniform cost search. Then again we will go to our this is regarding uniform cost search. Okay, then next is our iterative deepening search. In case of iterative deepening search, we studied that suppose this is the search tree for and we want to check the working of iterative deepening depth first search. In the above figure, goal node is H and initial node or root node is A. Okay, so in iterative deepening depth first search, as compared to depth limit search, as compared to DLS, here the depth limit is adjustable. In depth limited search, the once you set some depth limit, for example 1 or 2, you cannot go beyond that level. You cannot expand the nodes in the next level beyond level 1. And if your goal is beyond level 1, if your goal node lies beyond level 1, then you will not get a solution. Okay, that's why in order to remove this disadvantage in iterative deepening, the depth limit is iteratively increased. For example, depth limit is increased from 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, like so on. Okay, depending upon the problem. So here for this particular search tree, for example, initially the depth limit is set to 0 to 1. That means the nodes, all the nodes from level 0 and level 1, this is nodes from level 0, these are the nodes from level 1, these are the nodes from level 2, and these are the nodes from level 3. These are the nodes from level 3. So initially depth limit is set to 0 to 1, therefore the A is expanded in this direction, or expanded, or you can say explored, and B, then the algorithm moves to C, the searching moves to C. Okay, during this path no goal node is obtained, goal node is not obtained. That's why the depth limit is now increased from 1 to 2. Okay, so again again we will traverse the graph from A to B, then B to D, then D to E, then E to F, and then F to C, and C to G. Again along this path A, B, D, F, C, G, goal node is not achieved, goal node is not reached. That's why we have to again increase the depth limit to 3. That's why the depth limit is made 0 to 3. Then again if we again traverse the search tree using the depth first search, obviously this particular algorithm uses depth first search, but it is a iterative deepening depth first search. So from node A is explored in this direction B, from B to D, and now as your depth limit is 3, so from D to F the graph is traversed, and again now as the F is not a goal node, therefore this algorithm the algorithm is backtracking the search tree. It will try to backtrack the tree, but as D is already traversed, therefore it will backtrack to E. Again the goal test is performed. E is not a goal node, therefore it will expand in this direction, as because B is already covered and B and H are connected to E. As B is already covered, so it will traverse to H, and goal test is performed. Yes, H is the goal node, therefore search is stopped. So this way iterative deepening depth first search algorithm works. Now today we are going to discuss bidirectional search. Now what exactly the idea behind this bidirectional search algorithm? It is also one of the uninformed search algorithm. Uninformed search algorithm means what? You only know, the algorithm only know the start node or root node and goal node, initial state and goal state. Okay, because it is stated in the problem. Okay, goal node is stated in the problem and initial state is also given in the problem. So additional apart from this, other additional information is not given. Okay, so the strategy behind the bidirectional search is to run two searches simultaneously. This is very important. One forward search from initial state and other backward search from goal state or goal node, hoping that both searches will meet in the middle of the search tree. Now let us take one example. This before going into the example, also look at this particular point. Bidirectional search can use any search technique such as BFS, DFS, DLS, any. Okay, that means it is not a novel technique, it is not a new technique, it is the same, but the difference is two simultaneous searches goes on, one forward search and one backward search. Now let us take an example of any one problem, search problem, and the corresponding search tree is suppose like this. Then in this case, suppose root node is 1 and goal node is 16. Then as per the fundamental of bidirectional search, forward search starts from root node and backward search starts from goal node. In the above search tree, bidirectional search algorithm is applied. This algorithm divides the search tree into two subgraphs or two subtrees. It starts traversing from node 1 in the forward direction and goal 16 in the backward direction. The algorithm terminates at node 9 where two searches meet. For example, here depth first search is applied, depth first search. Okay, so from 1 the next node traversed is node 4, and from this this is traversed, and from 8 this is traversed. Simultaneously from node 16 backward search is also going on. It expands node 16 in this direction 12, then it is expanded towards 10, and from 10 to it is expanded to 9. So here both forward search and backward search intersect at 9. Okay, so algorithm terminates at node 9 where two searches meet. So this is the idea of bidirectional search. What are the advantages? Bidirectional search algorithm is fast, it requires less memory. Implementation of bidirectional search tree is difficult, this is the disadvantage. And one should know the goal state in advance, this is also disadvantage, because in the previous example 9 was our goal state. Okay, so framing such a search tree for bidirectional search is difficult. This is what the disadvantage of bidirectional search. Performance measures, again we will check 4 performance measures. What is the progress or what is the performance of bidirectional search? Regarding completeness, it is complete if we use breadth first search in both searches. That means forward and backward both searches, if they uses breadth first search technique, then and then only it will be complete, otherwise it will not be complete. The algorithm is not complete. Time complexity, it is same, b raised to d branching factor, and d is the depth. Space complexity, same formula. Optimal, whether it is optimal, yes, bidirectional search is optimal. That means it will provide you low cost solution. So this is the comparison between all the uninformed search algorithms. Time based on first parameter, space complexity, time complexity, optimality. Okay, you will find here only depth first search is not at all optimal, others are optimal in some of the cases. Complete, yes, the depth first search is not complete, because we have prepared one video on this depth first search where we have studied or discussed that if the path chosen in depth first search, if that one direction is very long, contains number of nodes, then it may get trapped, the algorithm may get trapped, search may get trapped in infinite loop. That's why it is not a complete. So this is regarding the comparison of all the uninformed search algorithms. Thank you.